My name is Rich. This is Theme Park Motivation. Today we're going to take a look at Kings Island. I'm going to tell you all the things you need to know about Kings Island for the 2024 season. A lot has changed. I'm going to go over the different pass options, where to eat at while you're at the park, how many days to spend at the park, and different lodging accommodations. You're going to want to purchase a season pass, a gold pass preferably. Then get the all park pass. This will allow you to get into the park an hour early. It'll also allow you to go to any of the other Cedar Fair parks. One helpful tip, if you get the early access, head straight for Diamondback. This thing gets some nasty lines later on in the day. It's usually the first coaster to open up. Check the app. It'll give you a list of all the available attractions for the early hour access. One great thing about buying a season pass is you are actually able to purchase discounted tickets to bring guests along with you, and they are able to enter the park an hour early as well. I believe you're only allowed to purchase 2 per day, so keep that in mind. Another coaster you're going to want to get out of the way is Backlot Stunt Coaster. Early on in the day, it doesn't have much of a line, but later on, it gets busy. So I want to highly recommend that you get the all-day dining package plus the drink package. This will run you roughly $35 to $45. It is definitely worth it. Eat every 90 minutes all day long. You're going to want to try the Smokehouse and the Brew House. They are both excellent. They are my top picks for places to eat while you're at Kings Island. Another roller coaster you're going to want to head to early, Flight of Fear. This thing is very prone to breaking down, and it gets some pretty long lines. While you're back there, you might as well check out Orion. This Giga coaster is incredible, has some awesome airtime. The views up there are amazing. It's definitely one of the best coasters in the park, but it is not a must-do coaster right away. This thing has great capacity. They pump out the people on this ride, so if you want to hit it up later on in the day, you could also do that as well. You're going to want to head to Mystic Timbers. This is an incredible GCI, and I highly recommend getting on this thing. It has some great laterals. Unlike anything else out there, it might even be the best coaster in the park. But before you do that, check the app. Check and see if the Beast is open. If it is, head straight for that. The Beast is a classic and a must-do. Whenever you go to Kings Island, you have to ride the Beast. This thing usually takes a little bit longer to thoroughly check, but they try and get it open as soon as possible. It is the world's longest wooden roller coaster, so it's understandable. So new for 2024, they are converting Planet Snoopy into Camp Snoopy. Not sure that makes much of a difference. Planet Snoopy or Camp Snoopy, whichever one it goes by for 2024. It's a phenomenal area for children. Probably one of the best Cedar Fair kids areas that they have to offer out of all of their different parks. There's just so much for them to do. They just do a really good job. I mean, there's some really good coasters to get kids interested in roller coasters, which I think is great. New for 2024, we have Snoopy's Soapbox Racer, and this is a Vekoma Family Boomerang coaster. It looks pretty fun. I cannot wait to get on this thing, and the theming looks pretty good for Camp Snoopy, so I think that's phenomenal. They're doing a great job over there. So while you're over there in Camp Snoopy, you've got to go over to the ice cream. You've got to go over and get yourself some of the blue ice cream. It's delicious, tastes like blueberry, and it is a must-do when you go to Kings Island. So my recommendation is 2 days at Kings Island. The reason being, they have Soak City, an awesome water park. It's included with your admission, and it's definitely worth at least a few hours to cool off in the summertime. If water parks aren't your thing, either way, 2 days is my recommendation. because you can easily spend 2 days at Kings Island. There's enough to do. You got to get on the train ride, which actually has some pretty great theming. And of course, there's so many coasters to choose from. In my opinion, Kings Island has one of the best lineups of any park out there. They may not have some top 10 coasters, but they have some phenomenal top 25, top 50 coasters, and just a really great roller coaster lineup. Take Adventure Express, for instance. That's one of the best mine train coasters I've ever been on. Two of the hotels I'm going to recommend: Homewood Suites, very close to the park, easily accessible, and Holiday Inn Express. Both of these hotels are excellent. Kings Island does not have an on-site resort, so you kind of just have to get on Priceline, do a little search, see what's in the vicinity of the park, and you'll find something. There's plenty of hotels in the area. So Invertigo is one of those coasters that you just want to kind of get on early, because it doesn't have the greatest capacity, although I've seen other boomerangs with a lot worse. It's one of those rides, it's a one and done, but if you're looking to get on it, I would try and do it early. Banshee, that thing eats people, so you should have no problem waiting in line for that. The Bat is an old inverted arrow coaster. It can get a line, but I would say you're better off waiting till later on in the day and getting some of the heavy hitters out of the way first. Well, those were my recommendations about Kings Island. I hope this video was helpful. I think Kings Island is a phenomenal park and a must-do. If you're going to Cedar Point, put Kings Island in the GPS and head straight down there. It's a phenomenal place, and it really does have a lot to offer. During certain times of the year, they have some phenomenal fireworks shows, and that is really something to see. Thanks so much everyone for watching. Really do appreciate the support. If you wouldn't mind, just hit that like button. Maybe consider subscribing. It really does help out.